says we're live, right?
Yeah. See some.
All right. Welcome to Shauri.Ai. This is our first demo, and we intend to Our target today is to have this space recreated, as we have seen from the poster. So this is a creative room. Its intent is to be a lounging area, and it doubles as a creative space for guys to work at home. So this is just to give us a preview on what to expect at the end of our demo today. I want us to jump straight into designing the space. So with this preview here, I believe we're okay. We'll look at the ceiling, kind of lighting we're expecting to come up with, and the furniture layout. So very quickly, let's jump to our workspace and then design our space. So today we're working inside COOHOM, on the COOHOM. Of course, previously we worked with importing from other softwares like FCAD and SketchUp. But for today, we're going to be drawing from scratch in COOHOM for us to get a feel of the software alone. So the very first thing I would do here is come to my floor plan and then start drawing my walls. So I'll take a straight wall that I'm able to justify getting to that. I can actually set my height from here if I wanted to adjust it. For example, in this case, I can do 2.9. Awesome. Then we're going to have walls coming up. So I take the first one. My wall thickness is at 240. That is a bit out. 70 is 200. Can work with that. Can work with on the length side. Let's give it about 5.5 meters. Good rounded number. And then on the shorter side, we can do about 3.5 meters. That should work as well. And just like that, we have our space. So from there, I'll have the software already has AI built in. So it does our flow for us already. And if I can quickly jump to 3D, you'll see that we also have a ceiling already done for us by the AI, which is saving us on time. So with that in mind, I can quickly jump back to my plan, then rename my space. So I'll come to customize room type. I'll give it, I'll call it an office. And then the room name is where I can customize my space and call it my creative room. Awesome. There we go. So first things first, of course, we need access into our space. We are not supernatural. We don't fly into spaces. So let's do our access. That means getting a door. Out. Yes, that's in the about over here. So I can adjust my door width. I wanted to do, let's say 950 in this, for this example, I can have it go all the way to the end. Perfect. And I'll flip that to what exactly like I want. I'll click preview again. We have our 3D window over here, and I can see that my door has been placed. So click preview. And I'll come back to plan. What else doing in this room? Of course, the room needs ventilation, so I'll come and add windows. Come back to floor plan. Take a window. And a linear window. Perfect. And then there's my first window over there. I can do 2 windows for this case. Then can adjust the sizes. I want, so I'm going to do windows that are a meter by just like that. Then if I wanted to check on my heights, the distance above the ground is 900. I can adjust that to 1.1. That should be okay. And then I'll select the second one. Same thing, 1 meter. My placement over here is 400. Go to the second one, placement over here. To do that, so it's supposed to be 800. I'll work with that. Take a single door. So I want to give our space access to the balcony. I'll select my door, flip it, and it open towards the outside with the safer door. And then of course I'll just add a terrace out here. So that basically means adding a wall. Straight walls over there. Use a balcony that is 1.5 meters. Take it down to the end point. Perfect. Level this. Give it a balcony. Just leave it like that. Perfect. Our AI has already given us a different floor finish. That is saving us on time. And then so I can come back to my space over here and now start working on a furniture layout. So remember, our target here is to have the space be as a lounging area as well as a workstation. So what we need here is for the lounging area, our intent, don't forget, if we are to go back to what we intend to achieve here, we have our couch, the two-seater, and then we have a piano in this space. On this other end is where we have the office, so we can start identifying the lounging spaces. So, the lounging pieces, that's our couch and our piano. So very quickly, I'll come to my public library here and go to my furniture, find actually look for love seats. I seem to be getting a very good option from the word go. Okay, it's not a bad choice. We could find something better though, I'm sure. So we just go through our options here in our library, find something cozy that has character to it. So we can go with that. Take that and put it in here. The size is overwhelming for our space, so we can decide to resize it with our scale locked on. So the easiest height to adjust is this one. So I'll go 750 on the height. That way it starts bringing it down. Go lower a bit. We'll do 700. Perfect. And that way I have the couch. Just drag and drop. I want it to be at the end, the far end here. Small gap between the couch and the wall. find a piano. That's the next item we're looking for over here. So I'll just come to public library generally and then search for piano. Okay, some good options already pop up. I'm sure we can find. Since our space is not as big, let's see if it's possible to. Our space can't take a grand piano, so let's just stick with the smaller version. So in that case, I would say the depth on that is a bit much. Yeah, this is okay. So I'll just select, drag and drop, get it on my space. I can spin it around using that blue arrow, have it face the rest of the room. Okay, there we go. So we could furnish our space with a carpet, an area just to help with acoustics in the room. So we'll go above, back to our public library, come to home decor, and then find rugs. So want something that communicates a bit of whimsy to our space. We could refine our search and try something like within this very folder. Let's just try and say I wanted to cut down my search and say use music or something music related. Let's see what that brings us in the options. So first, these are what earnings. Interesting. So it appears we don't have any rugs that are music themed. Well, that is how we get to find out. So not being any that is music themed, then we can just come back here and still look through our options. Something with a bit of whimsy as well as color. So there we go. This could be musical. Yes. French carpet, perfect. So we'll take that, drag and drop into my room. And then I can quickly place it where I want it to be. I can resize. It's a bit big for now. So I want it to be just around the lounging area. Just next to the piano. And our couch on the other hand. So something like that would be okay. Then I need to furnish my windows, of course, with curtains. So I'll come back to the folders over here and find curtains that is under window coverings. Let's quickly go through our options here and try to find a very simple curtain. Because with the modern designs that we're doing, we won't be doing a curtain box that is recessed with a light and on the other side. Just to recap, you're looking at a setup that looks like this. So you're going to have a curtain box on the inside, and then the curtain rails are hidden above. So I think with that in mind, could this work? Not a bad option. Could go for that. So I'll select that and drop it here. I can resize. So since there are two windows, we don't necessarily have we don't need to have two sets of curtains. We can just have one very long curtain that covers the two windows together. So you're going to set up that looks like that. And I can do 150 over here. Oh, shoot. My scale is locked. So what happens is, if you don't uncheck the scale box, then once you alter one dimension, it affects all three axes. I'm not sure. tell me down in the comments. So once you uncheck the scale, then you do a 150. Perfect. There we go. That is standard scale. I'll do 0 there for it to attach to the wall. Awesome. So I just need to double check my height so I can quickly pop to my 3D and double check the heights we're working with. So our curtain is behind our window here. So what do we have? So as we can see, our curtain currently is higher than our room. So we just need to scale that back. I can scale in 3D as well. I just have to turn my scale on, and then I can drop it down to the height I want it to get to. So remember, our ceiling height, our room height is 2.9 meters, and then our curtain is going to be touching the floor. So I'll make sure my curtain is touching the floor, that is at 0 on the floor, and then the height, because the railings are going to be done inside the ceiling, I'll put at 2.9 just to match our ceiling height. Perfect. There we go. As you can see, it's attached to our ceiling, and that is our first piece of curtain over there. In this other place, so our door, we can decide to stick with the default one that the AI has suggested for us, or we can try to switch it up. So I can decide to come and say replace. So when I click on replace, again, the AI is going to give me several options here for me to pick from. So it works, it always gives you options related to what you're trying to replace. And if those don't work out, then you can always go back to the public library and select different doors. So for this demo, I think we can choose, I believe we can find something more appealing in the public library. So let's just go back and find one in the public library and use that. So we're looking for construction, then find doors. This is an interior door. I like the look of that, so we can run with this. So the other thing that you don't have to worry about with the AI is that I have to first delete our door for me to come and replace it. As you can see, we already have an existing one that part. So if I wanted to bring in a new one, I just have to place the new one over that one, and but just like that, it replaces it for me. That is including dimensions and placement, unless I wanted to adjust something. So for example, in this case, this door is not adjusted properly. So I'll just come in here and adjust my measurement. So that is a meter. And then the height, I want to use a standard of 2.4. There we go. That is our door. The distance to the wall, I can use a standard again. Rounded off numbers, that is 200, and that's perfect. Okay. So that's our door figured out on that part. And then, so we now come and do our store, and our home office on this side. So the one thing that I think we're going to be leaving out today is the door. If you notice, on this side we have another door that goes to our bathroom. Since we won't be doing the bathroom in this demo, I think it is safe to say that we can leave it out. We don't necessarily need to have that door in our space. It will give us a bigger wall for us to come and play with in regards to doing our decor. So going back to the space we're designing for now, we have our couch, we have our piano. So we need to do our study area over here. The first thing we need over there are the desks for our study. So the desks that we have, the desks we're trying to achieve, according to this here preview, these are desks that have been done using the advanced tool. So we can very quickly jump to the advanced tool and then try to recreate this exact space that we have here. So I'll come to my advanced tool and then select closet, I believe. To be under dressing table. So we're going to convert a dressing table and then have it become our study. Perfect. Okay. We already have a setup here that actually has a double a double workstation built in, which I believe works very well with the space we have on the other side. So I select that and come and place it here in my workspace. There we go. So I want it to be somewhere thereabout. The dimensions here 2.4. 2.4 is standard, which is okay for a two-person workstation, because you'll have one person taking up 1.2, the other person taking up 1.2. So 2.4 is ideal. And then the gap on the side that we're looking to leave for our freestanding shelf, we can leave a gap of about 900. Perfect, and that will be fine. We can actually increase that. Let's use a meter. Awesome. So just to double check that, I'll come to my preview very quickly and have a preview. Let's look at what I've done so far. And I think that looks good. Now the beauty about the software again is that it's in customization. So if I wanted to change anything about this desk, for example, if I wanted to have drawers instead of an open a hinge cabinet, then I can always come to style here, and I'll replace that. So I'll come to body style, I believe. Yes, so in here, so instead of having a hinge door, I can select a set of drawers. For example, I can do 2 deep drawers. So once I select that, just like that, my cabinet here has already been changed to a two door setup for drawers. Just come back here. So we have 2 drawers on that part. Then if I want to change the drawers again, so it's very customizable. I can come to drawer style and then change the drawer style from here. If I want to change my handles, of course I can change my handles from here. So for example, let's swap out our handles for something more modern. I can decide to go through the list over here, which of course we know the software has so many options. You're looking at over 50 pages of choices in regards to handles. Or if I wanted to filter through, I can use search words. For example, I can come here and find, for example, I could find, let's say, pool. If I filter my search here with pool, that still gives me a lot of options. Let's try if I use just a letter G. It's the type of handle that I'm trying to find. Yeah, this narrows down my options, but still doesn't give me what I'm looking for. This could be, actually we could use this, so I select that. There we go. So that adjusts our handles on the other side. And then that works great. So that is our study desk on that front. If I wanted to change my cabinet over here, again, still the same thing. I'll just double click on it and then come to style, and then I'll just replace. So this is entirely up to, it's up to someone's personal taste. So feel free to play with the software and customize according to what appeals to you. So for example, in this case, we can decide to go for a drawer still with a cover. There we go. So I think we shall alter one side and leave the other side as it was by default, just to get a bit of contrast and comparison between the two. There we go. So that is our drawer, change to that variation. So that is our desk below. Then what we need, our space is looking a bit pale and it's presenting challenges in the visual. So I think very quickly, let's first change our wall paint for us to get a better understanding of our space. So come to public library, come to finishes, and then choose from my paint palette. I'll find a neutral paint that can work. So in here, I want something cool, something that won't alter the feel too much. Versatile gray. Necessary gray. I like the sound of necessary gray, so we can go with that. So if I wanted to only apply my paint to one color, to one wall, then all I have to do is I'll hold down Control, and that way it selects only one wall. But since I want to apply the paint to all four walls of the space, I'll just drag and drop. That way it applies to my entire room, as you can see. And just like that, we have our paint done. So this door over here again still needs to be adjusted. So try something. Select this door. So I want to change our main door, the main entry point, to match with the door on the back end. So again, I'll come back to construction and then just check the doors, interior doors again, as we did last time. There it is. So we just select and then replace, just like that. So on the bottom part over here, you can use M and then replace my material like that. Same thing for the other door. That way it matches with the rest of the room. My floor finish as well, I think we can find something better looking. In regards to the wood, for us to get a better wood feel of the space. So we'll do finishes, come to wooden. Let's check in the folder for flooring. Okay, so I think this gives us a very good contrast over here. Yeah, that's a very good brown, so I'll take that and apply to this floor. Perfect, there we go. If I want to change the rotation of my wood planks, I would just before we get into that, let's change this over here as well, again too much. So I'll just select my floor over here and then change my rotation from here. So instead of 0, I'll use 90, and like that it changes to direction to B. So that's how you go about changing the rotation of your floor of your finishes. Again, M for it to have continuity on the other side. Same thing, pick here and place on that front. Okay, so that is our space. We can now go back and continue finishing up on our study area. So I'll go back to one, go back to the advanced tool, come back to the closets. Actually, since we're going to be doing just a bit, let's remind ourselves a bit. So since we're going to be doing overhead cabinets over here, I believe the easiest way to achieve this is to use our kitchen and bathroom interface. So that is, I'll come back to kitchen and bath, but it gives me way better overhead cabinets to use. So I'll come to wall cabinet and select the design we have here. We have open boxes and the ones with the flap. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll start with the open cabinet. Select the first one. I can drag, take it all the way to the back. So now for adjustment purposes, I come and operate in 3D. So first thing I need to do here is adjust our heights. So parameters. So I want to work with a height of, instead of 680, I want to work with a depth of say 400. I believe that is what we're looking at on this side. Yes, 400 is what we're looking to achieve. So 400 without a split in the middle. So I'll just double check that, get rid of that. The open box. Then in regards to wood, how many spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 1.2, that gives us good math. 3 by 1 3 divided by 1. 1.2 divided by 3 gives us about let me pull up a calculator here. Or do I check the comment section and see if someone has given us an answer? But very quickly, so we're dividing 1.2 by 3. That gives us 400 here. Math is not where I shine, but you'll bear with me for this one. Okay, so we want to bring this to 400. And how many copies do we have of that? I think we have 2 on this lower side. So actually, I think I'm lying to myself. It's not supposed to be 1.2. It's supposed to be 2.4. So it was supposed to divide, because our desk entire span over here is 2.4, and we're supposed to fit the 3 units inside of that. So that means it's 2.4 divide by 3. That will give us 800. So that gives us 800. I was wondering why it looks so small. Okay, there we go. So that is our first open box. Then from there, I can come back to plan and make a copy. So for easy placement, I can just double check my placement. So this is 1.9 from this side. I'll just come to the same for the overhead. It's supposed to be 1.9. Pass that in. Then I can make a copy. So the space between them needs to be 800 to leave space for the next one. Perfect. There we go. So I have 2 open boxes. In the middle here is supposed to be a closed door. So I'll come and select the flap here. Go for a single unit. Yeah. And just like that. The AI already senses that we're trying to fit a cabinet in between them, so it snaps exactly where it's supposed to be. And that way we're saving on time. So all we're doing now is just take a copy of this and then replicate above at different intervals here. If I remember correctly, yes, that is what we have going on above. So I'll come back here, take which part has the closed door and the far ends. Okay, so I'll take a copy of that. Let's place it there. Then I want to move that above. So I can quickly come and do it here. Adjust that. Okay. So just quick placement note over here. That's 1.9. Go back to 3D. This is supposed to be at 0. Awesome. So for us to get a bit of play, we make sure the 2 are not of the same dimension, because if we end up having the same dimensions, then we lose the element of play. So that means a bit of overlap on this side and the other side. So I'll take a copy here, then I can just place it from here. I'll put that at 0. Same over here. That's our open box on this part. And the last part is closed as well. So we have to copy from here. Place it over there. So that means our dimension is slightly amiss. So what we need to do is adjust according to this. Instead of 950 here, you can do, don't delete this at 950 and adjust this around. So I can either punch in my dimensions manually, or I can scale. So if I scale, the AI is a close assistant snap, just like that. That is how we've gotten our overhead. So in regards to handles, again, the same thing did on the unit below. I can quickly select that and then change my handle style from here. So I can change the handle alone, or I can change the door style, and that would come with a built-in handle. So I'll come to door style and then replace, come to public library. So in here I can quickly search, for example, for G, for it to give me a built-in handle unit. There we go. So I'll select that, and that's the one I want to use. Then I'll get rid of that handle. That is in the unit. Same thing over here for uniformity. We can do the same thing to balance them out. So I'll select that, and get rid of the handle. Same thing on this last one. Quickly search. Place. Delete the handle. Perfect. There we go. So in regards to handle materials again, same thing. I can quickly change. So I'll come to the built-in knob and then change its material to black, because that is what is most readily available in the market. So I can just choose black steel over here. Come and do the same on all of the others. This is black steel. Same thing on this front. Get rid of the handle. Built-in knob. Black material, and then change that to black as well. Okay, perfect, awesome. So then cabinet color, trying to stick with what we have going on over here. So this is a color that's actually available in the market. If I remember correctly, it must be called Muidan. For those of us in the cleaning industry, this is available at PG Bison. So just to change that very quickly to our material, I'll come to body material. So that is that works. So to save on time again, I don't have to do that for every single one. Now I can use the shortcut for him to just pick and then keep dropping now. That's the color picker, so I just have to keep dropping my paint in my color where I want it to apply. Awesome. There we go. So that is our unit. Then remember our cabinet, since we're using that one finish of wood, we can come and apply to the one below as well. That will have the element of continuity cutting across. Awesome. So you let that pick. Let that take its time in picking its color. And there we go. So the other item we could do over here is identify our freestanding cabinet on the other side, and then start accessorizing on our open boxes and our desk below here. So very quickly we can find seats. We can find chairs for our desk over here. So I'll come to my advanced, go back to public library, and then under furniture you can find office furniture, office chairs. So these I prefer to work in 2D. Awesome. So you need to find a very simple easy chair. Not a bad option. You cannot really run with that. So select that. And then place it over there. You can flip it around. About just to double check my 3D if it's working. Perfect. That looks really good. Yes. Awesome. So I'll quickly make a copy and have it on the other side as well. You can decide to flip this again, either to be straight or just to, because here to give it a bit of character. Come and find a freestanding bookshelf. So I'll come to storage and go to bookcases. It's not a bad option. You just need somebody that can hold deco and as well as books at the same time. That was a very good choice. Let's not overthink it. So I'll just select that and come and fit it in here. My 90, that almost fits our space end to end. So 19 over there, 19 balance either side. Awesome. Let's double check that in 3D. So how it works with our space. I think that works really well. Yeah, that works very well for our space. And that side is great, so we just need to accessorize on our desk over here. I just need study material and deco pieces in regards to books. So very quickly I could come to Home Deco, come to Office Supplies. So we could just have one personal stationery. Try and keep it as simple as possible. So we have that. And then what else could we use? On the other hand, we could try making the like this is the folder. Appliances, I believe. Yes, computers and tablets. So with that, since it's a home office, we don't necessarily need a very heavy setup. We could do a simple iPad, a pencil, I believe. Yeah, perfect. Could work with this. There we go. Awesome. And our desk can at least work with that. So just need to go above now into our open boxes and the space above. So very quickly, again, I'll come back here to Home Deco, find Office Supplies here. I can narrow my search down very quickly, just say, for example, books. So I can use a stack like that. Place inside my cabinet. Stack one. I could use something, the place could use a bit of plant greenery. So I'll take something with planters on it, place it in there, and flip that around. Perfect, that works. Works very well there as well. Let's just center it because we have that on the freestanding shelf on the other side. I think that's enough for books. You can now just come back to general deco. That's Office Supplies. So now, to me, these things like accessories. It's supposed to be a folder somewhere. Everywhere. Actually, just give me a minute. There's something I'm trying to find. Should be under others, probably. Yes, perfect. So we could use something like say we use something somewhat office related, so something like this with a camera on it. And that works very well for our shelf over here. Okay. Awesome. I think our space on that front is complete. We have our workstation. Everything else works out fine. So on this wall, we could add, following our preview that we're trying to achieve over here. So just have a bit of deco over here that is somewhat music related. So very quickly I come back to my deco, picture and frames. I could narrow it down again and say music. And it brings us some sort of art pieces that are music related. We limited in the options, but we could work with it. So just for a bit of go with this. Perfect. That works very well for our wall on that front. What we could add on the side here is a small coffee table. Come back to my furniture and then do coffee tables. So that will work within 2D for easy placement. And my couch just a bit. But then looking at the size of our couch versus the size of our door, the two will be in conflict, so we don't necessarily have to do a coffee table on that side. We could have it on this other end in front of the couch. And a very simple one. Something simple but appealing. Modern. This is minimal in a very good way, so we could run with that and then have it on this. Will interfere with our piano, so I think we can actually reduce the size of our couch. Let's look at how long it is. 2 meters, so instead of 2, we can use a couch of about 1.6. Okay, we've done that. We can move it to the side. About. Okay. Let's see what that looks like in 3D. Okay, and that setup looks okay. Piano on that front. Awesome. Okay. So with that in mind, I think that setup is complete. We can come back and then finish this at the end of the space. Very simple accessories. For example, we have the option to, for starters, let's accessorize on this wall. So that as we had mentioned earlier, so instead of doing a door, let's do an actual. We can do something similar to the opposite side. That is going with the wall art. So I'll come to deco, pictures and frames. Check under wall art. The wall art. Okay, I think we'll be out of options very fast. but I think, yeah, this has some sort of musical theme going on. We'll go down with that. Just scale it down a tiny bit in regards to length. Let's go like that a bit, and thereabouts. And a little bit more, something like that. Okay. Awesome. Now, actually, with that in mind, since we're not doing a door on that wall, I think the space calls for a bit more. So I think first of all we can do a planter in the corner, and then just give the space a bit more seating area for you guys to come and lounge and enjoy the music a bit more. So very quickly, let's do a planter in that corner. This looks good already. Yeah, we can go with this. I'll come and place that in this corner. Okay, it's bigger than I was expecting it to be. Try something else. Or we could actually scale down. Let's try this one. Scale it down. Regards to the 2 meters, let's try 1.5. Starting to look better. Try about 1.2. Scale it up just a bit. That's okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we could answer this side as well with a simple couch. And we just have a look at that and see what else we could do with that wall. We can actually do a very simple single seater instead of a couch. Some sort of recliner would work very well on that corner. So I'll go for a single sofa. Find something very lounge-like, I believe. I think would work very well. Something playful as well. Let's look at the size. Yeah, it's a bit big. Let's try with this one and see. Okay, yeah, this works. I think that is going to work very well with our space. Yes, that is somewhat musical themed as well. So just to balance out, to go an extra rug, I think would be a bit much. I think the space works perfectly as it is. So I think the last thing that we need to do now is our lighting. That is in regards to the ceiling. So very quickly we'll go to our ceiling editor, go our ceiling, and then we should be wrapping up on this space for today. Okay. So we're trying to get, again, going back to the example we have over here. So it's a very whimsical ceiling with our snake light, contrast in regards to color. So for us to recreate something like that, first things first, we would have to look for our box on the outside. Yes, so first of all, our box needs to have a light strip. Invented, yes. Light strip, perfect. That saves us some time, so I'll just very quickly come and do my box like that. And there we go. So again, extrusions, now this is supposed to remain our slab. That means this part is supposed to drop down. I can use 200. Then very quickly now I start adjusting it. So on this end that has curtains, we need to do something very deep. So we need a cutout of 250 first for the curtain, and then an extra 250 plus an extra say 400. That comes to around 650. So I'll adjust that side to 650. And to even out the other sides, I'll do a very simple, say 500 all the way around. For it up here, let's do 500 all the way around. Like that. 500. Same thing on this side. 500. That's perfect. Okay. So now on this side, we just need to cut out our box for our curtains. So very quickly, we can come and do something like that. And then adjust it as I need to write it to 50 or cut out. The length on this side, I think 3.5 will be fine. Yes. So this again, this drops down to 0. And that means at 200, that's perfect. So on these is where we're doing our snake light. So indented snake light, brightness over here, we can use 400. It's the bright as possible. We're looking for warm, so we'll give it a warm tone. And yeah, just like that, we have our snake light. So on this part, we just need to edit in regards to the color. So we'll select those. Again, use 400. Select our one color. And that is our ceiling. And let the gypsum part is done. A quick check over here, and we can see that yes, our ceiling is looking like it should. So we just need to go back and adjust our curtains a bit on that front, but other than that, the rest of it looks okay. So let's take that back. To get our triangular elements, that is in black, still just playing with lines. Let's check the orientation. Okay, I believe we can easily achieve that. So I will come back here and just play with my lines again. So I'll select that. Come up with that. Let's get that first one. Take the second one. Just make sure they're parallel to each other. Perfect. Something seems to be amiss. I can actually just use that. Okay, something seems to be amiss. Let's do this one. It's 29 as well. Perfect. Okay. So this will drop down to 200. match the front, and I'll come and get the second one. Second one, 29. There we go. That is set as well. Over 200. So let's do the same thing on this front. Okay. Perfect. Second one. And so we are looking for 29 and going outwards. There we go. Comes down to 200. Get rid of those so that we have continuity across. Perfect. That way. So 200. So we'll come to the same thing over here, but let's first finish up with our drawing. So the last one here, and from that point. About, and the next one from there takes it there about. Okay, perfect. So in here we just select the necessary lines and get rid of those. Here as well. That. Perfect. So that way this entire thing becomes one continuous piece at 200 and the rest of them go down just like that. Okay. Perfect. There we go. There is our ceiling. Just as we intend for it to come out, so we can save that and come back to plan now to finish up. Shoot. Okay. Just before we exit here, that needs to disappear as well. That way our snake light is not being tampered with. Perfect. Okay, so I can save and exit. part of our ceiling is supposed to be black, so I can quickly just use the shortcut here to find the black and apply. Interesting. Okay. So that is going to take the entire lower base. Let's plug with it. Okay. Just give the software a bit of time to catch up. That should be our ceiling complete. What we're missing now is lights. So we need a pedal, a chandelier right above our piano over here. So for that I can quickly come to my folders here and come to lighting and find the chandeliers. Find something that has a musical feel to it, a bit of whimsy or play to it. Okay, that's not expected. That have a nice play to it. That also goes in theme with our ceiling. So I'll select that, put that in there. It's going to work very well with our space. So very quickly I can come back to my 2D. What's happening here, so very quickly let me just check on my ceiling editor. Our ceiling is actually fine. Okay. So with that in mind, then I think we just need a bit of downlighters on the edges and we should be home. We should be home free from there. So I'll come to my downlights and find a very simple downlighter that we can use. This is in tune with our ceiling, I believe. Yes. So I can take that. Start placing those. The dimensioning I think needs to be adjusted a bit, so let's use cells of 120. Perfect. I'll just take those and make copies now. We can do 3 for each side. Need to center around a bit. Go with that. So that is close enough. So and from there we'll make a copy and have it on the opposite side. Just in line. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So 6 downlighters and 1 chandelier. That should be enough lighting for our space. So awesome. Okay, some parts seem not to have gotten the paint like we need to. So very quickly to double check on our material. Let's get material and components as we finish up. Okay, at least this is pretty. This is very clear who needs to be touched. What doesn't need to be adjusted. It's like a pretty clear line. Okay, I believe we've applied to all the surfaces that we wanted to turn black. The rest of them are supposed to be left white. Yes, like here. Okay, perfect. Then we can go back to our design. The last thing we need to adjust here, from what I remember seeing, was our curtain. Check that. Make sure it flashes inside our box. There we go. And take that close as possible to the wall. Perfect. Awesome, that is our space complete. So we can quickly move to rendering. Okay, one last thing here. The skirting. So again, come back to public library. Construction, modeling, go to dashboard. Find something that is as close as possible to our wood finish over there. Here. Say 120. Okay, it is our skirting. For continuity again, you can just apply the same material as the floor. All the way around. Perfect. Okay, so that is our space complete. Design from scratch all the way to render. So now we get into rendering. I'll come to my 360. the most basic finishes, the most basic light settings. So I just select natural night light. My background doesn't really matter per se, but I'll just select one. And since I'm looking for a night scene, I'll take my brightness all the way down. Say about 0.2 or 0.1. 6.1, that should be okay. Yeah, that is it. So the other thing we just adjust is our camera position. So in this case, we can just raise it just a bit, and then see our camera is positioned, see if it works for us. So we can do two angles. We can do one somewhere behind the piano, focusing on our study area, like that. Yeah, that works. Then I'll just generate. That is my first angle rendering. And then I'll come back to plan and do my second angle from this side. I could do it from somewhere here. That will give me a better feel of that couch. And the rest of the space on the other side. So I could focus on that side of the room. And say generate as well. The heights are okay. Is there any third one? We could just do one somewhere closer to the middle. And thereabout. And focus on this back end now. And I think that works, and generate as well. So my quality is an 8K. That should be good. That should be done in a few minutes. So with that in mind, we can just do a couple of still shots for comparison between 360 and still images. If I capture my first angle from this side, do 4:3. As far back as possible, capture as much detail as possible as well. So just need to make sure my camera is still within the room. Something like that. That's a good angle. My light setting is okay. Let's generate. So let's do two angles. You can find the second one. So they're about facing the front or facing the study. This is where now we start getting torn between choices because of the camera limitation. So I think that angle looks good. I'll just say generate. Okay. So those are our angles, and we can do them rendering in the background and continue doing. If we had other sort of design, then we would be moving on to those, because the software is not running on our PC. We're able to do multiple things at a time without worrying about the toll it takes on our PC. So yeah, that is how you design a space from start to finish, using only COOHOM. That is drawing from scratch, furnishing it, doing your accessories, doing your lighting, doing your decor pieces as well, and getting all the way to renders. So you can see how fast you're able to move through the software and how easily you're able to achieve the vision that you have. So very quickly, I think, I don't know if there is any comments or feedback so far. I can wait for our renders to finish. Quickly look at those, and we call it an evening. Let's look at our progress. Well, at 70. Okay. Good stuff. So as we wait for that to finish rendering, then I think very quickly we can look at other spaces in this here our tour. For example, if you go to the bathroom, that we've decided not to do to pay, but you're looking at a bathroom setup that is complete, looks something like that. So we just have a bathtub in that corner. Since this space is not like a primary bathroom, it's a secondary bathroom for the house. So we just have a space to do. Someone comes to chill in the bathtub. Then our other amenities here, that is our water closet and our sink on this side. So you have things looking like that, in that manner. Then we'll look at other spaces. We could go very quickly. We could look at an example on the ground floor. We're looking at a house that looks something like this. So you have a double volume space, someone is able to pan up and look all the way above. At the same time, they're able to come and look at the other spaces. So they're able to appreciate all the aspects of design that you have put into their house. And they're able to move to spaces very easily by tapping on names. For example, here very quickly bounce and come to the living room, the dining area. Someone is able to appreciate the dining area looks like that. And then you move to the back, you will get into the lounge spaces. You have some small indoor landscaping garden going on over here. Move the back to the dining area. That leads you all the way to the kitchen. You're able to appreciate the staircase on this part. You're able to look on the back hand and see the traffic kitchen. So navigating the spaces is very easy, as opposed to having the still images and you're having slides where you have a house of this size. You're looking at a minimum of 70 images, and you have to do the renders, download them, then compile again. So it becomes tedious and monotonous in regards to it probably takes the designer. But if you're using a tool like this is a 720 virtual tool. So the advantage of using a tool like this is that it gives you the entire house just using one link. As long as you've done your 360 renders, you're able to compile them in a 720 virtual tool, and you're able to move with them using one link. So very quickly here, I think we can come back to our space, and yeah, we can see our renders are being complete over here. So we seem to be having trouble with our light settings. That has come out darker than we anticipated. Let's just replace this still image. Okay. So we just need to adjust a couple of things in regards to lighting. Let's see. So we come to the 360 walkthrough on the virtual tour. We have natural night light, brightness. That 100. We just need to turn this up. And you should be home clear. So according to our still images, our space is looking a bit dim. Okay, so we need to adjust our light setting. That can easily be fixed in a very simple click. So very fast I will come. This isn't right. Okay. So very quickly I will come back here and do also my natural brightness. Instead of being 100, I can dial that up and say try on 40. So once that goes up, that should fix most of the lighting issues we're having on their side. So we'll come back to my perspective, still at 140. So I don't have to set my camera afresh. I can come back to angles are already done, and then save the perspective. So save that first one and save the second one. Once those are saved, I can easily access them here, and I can reproduce the exact same shot without having to try to figure out where my camera was. So I'll just set my angle from here and say generate. Same thing with the first one. Select that. The camera goes there automatically, and then I'll generate my render again. So for comparison purposes, let's wait for those to finish as well. We can quickly come back to our tour here and just continue getting a feel of it. I think let's just let we can stand on the mouse with this part over here. And let's see this other end as well. And then give it a rotate. have one that has completed again. So our brightness is coming up. It's coming up quite a bit. We just need to adjust. I think we can adjust this manually now. Anything beyond 140 bits that we can troublesome. So how we can easily do that is I can say add to. I can call this give my light a name. So call it the creative room. Confirm. just want to retain lighting. Okay. It was not to be the case. Supposed to use this custom lights. Let's add two. Let's create a one. Confirm. There we go. So that's what it is. Okay. See what is limiting our space. By that 500. That's 6,000. To adjust, we can very quickly, just to give our space a bit more, and just blow this up just a bit, not overdo it. That should fix our lighting problems. Fix our lighting problems. And that note, we might need to turn it back down. So instead of using okay, that means at 100 and we're okay. We should be okay from that point. So I'll come back to set that camera angle again, and generate, take that angle again and generate. Okay, so our 360s are done as well. And of course it has the same challenge in regards to lighting, because this was before we adjusted light setting. But you can start to get a feel of the space. That looks really good. You can start to get a feel of the space and how generally it's supposed to come out looking like. Okay. So with that in mind, again I can save this perspective. Let's come back to renders here. I set it for confirmation of that light setting, and then we can redo them, and we should be home good. Be home free from that point on. That's what we look at here. It was interesting. If we have a look at the gym. exactly what I was afraid of. That's interesting though. One of them is it's very interesting. Okay, so that's not that as well. So let's set the brightness setting here. Put it at 100. Creative one. Brightness over here. Let's turn that down to a 3. We have on that room will be our problem. So let's use 3. That looks really good. That looks really good. Yeah, you guys can tell us what you want us to work on next in our next demo. You could, I think we could probably leave a poll. We could leave a poll going on for guys to choose a steps for us to do the next demo based on the views that we're having. Right, so it is 6. And we had allotted this to be, I think, for 20 to 6. Okay. Let's just look at the renders completing now, and then we can call it. We can call it for today. Oh, perfect. There we go. And ambient lighting now. There we go. So that is your still image, the perspective. Okay, I believe we've covered everything we're hoping to, at least for this demo's purposes. Thank you to everyone who's made the time. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We do have a WhatsApp group. We have a booth that we continue the conversation offline, and you guys can reach out if you have any queries, if you need any assistance in regards to the software. So we'll leave that in the description below. We'll leave a link to that WhatsApp group. You can always reach out and we add you to that page. Hang out with your fellow designers and get to share and explore each other's minds. And then, so going forward, we're going to be running our demos on YouTube. It's coming starting in January. So feel free to follow the page, subscribe, share, like, leave a comment in the comment section. Let's hang out there, and we can keep in touch and see how we can elevate our design game and our design skills together. So once again, thank you for taking the time. We'll catch you guys in the next demo. Thank you.